Evening people, hope you're well, yeah, and welcome to another workout. If you look above me there, yep, that thing there, I'm doing bars and gymnastic rings. I'm not looking forward to it, I've got to admit, yeah, because that killer 20, what I did when I wasn't using bands, has really took it out of me, yeah. I'm shattered and I haven't recovered because of my age. Normally it used to take me about 24 hours to recover when I was younger. Now it takes me 24 years, and you can't wait 24 years between each videos. So I've got to get on with it. Right, so I haven't done bars and rings together for a while now because obviously this injury, it is difficult. Now, do you know when I did the killer 20, I said, didn't I, that I won't be using bands anymore. Now, what I meant was I won't be using resistance bands for chin-ups on the killer 20, right? I'm going to keep at that. But I might have to use resistance bands to get a workout out on this, yeah, because I can't do many chin-ups. But I'm going to give it a good go. But like I say, chin-ups are very difficult for me these days, and it's because of this thing here, yeah. But it is on the mend, and I've just, look at that. Did you see that, yeah? I put chalk on me, and then I tried to wipe it off and wipe more chalk on me. Right, so for bars and rings workout, we're going for first set of chin-ups to see how it goes, see how I feel. What I find if I hang too long, it all goes. I'm going to go for one more. I'm alright on them, me, till right at the top, and then the weakness of this shoulder really comes in, and then this tries to compensate and it just gets extremely tired, so it is hard for me. So I'm afraid to say that if I want to do a workout doing this, the bands have got to come out. Right, let's see how this goes. I'm going to go for one more. I'm going to go for a widen. So for my next one, I'm going to put a black band on as well, because I'm going to go for wide chin-ups and try and engage more lats and back. What I did there was, I was trying to train the explosive portion of the exercise. So fired up, actually let go bar, catch it again. Don't worry about how fast I go up and don't worry about how fast I come down. It's the explosive side, yeah. Now, it's the explosive training that you need if you ever want to be good at chin-ups, because it's an explosive movement, yeah? And once you master that, then you can do them slow. I'm going to go for power-ups again. They're harder than they look, them, and they fire up beautiful. Right under there where they need firing, yeah. They're surprisingly how they do fire you back up, actually. Right, I took a black band off, I'm onto green band only now, and I'm going to slow it down a bit. We're going to go for slow ones now, yeah, slow and controlled. Get a nice stretch. Wow, I'm going to get a thinner grip. What I'm trying to do there when I do them, yeah, it does look a bit weird, like I'm not pulling, but I'm engaging all the back and engaging all the lats first and pulling backwards into the lats and down. So even though my body's not going up, I'm still training lats and back, only you can't see it. I'm going to get a thinner grip because it's hard, that. Narrower grip, should I say, not thinner. Right. So narrower grip now, yeah. Full hang, engage, and then pull from the back and the lats. Try and stay at top, because that's weakest position. Oh. And slowly down. Have a breather. Yeah. What I like about that is it pulls this shoulder blade in its plane. It's got no choice. But also it's got no choice but to work as well. It does kick in after this one, but it still kicks in eventually. One more of these. Full hang. Get a nice stretch. Then engage. Back and down. Oh. Do you hear that big click then? That was this shoulder. And up. And down. Ay, ay, ay. Right. Now, for the last one, I'm going to take the band off and see how much of that were band and how much were actually this. Yeah, we'll have a surprise. Hang and keep pulling. See, a lot is band. Oh, a lot is band, yeah. You might get conflicting advice about bad shoulders and hanging, yeah. Now, this is my only personal view from my own personal experiences. Since I started hanging from a bar, yeah, my shoulder has actually improved. Now, when I first started hanging from a bar, it was excruciatingly painful and it seemed like the counterintuitive thing to do. But it works. I believe it's all about, you know, when you've had a damaged muscle, it shrinks back. And it wants to stay there because it's been damaged. It daren't come back out, yeah. And I think that when you try and fix them, you're working off something that's gone shorter and it needs elongating again. The only way to elongate a muscle is to stretch it, yeah. Hanging stretches your muscles, right? And then once you've got it back stretchy, then you can start to build it up. Now again, that's only my opinion, only from my personal experience. But I believe that if you want to repair muscles, you've got to stretch them. And if you want to stretch them, you've got to do some hanging, yeah? And anybody out there with any shoulder cuff injuries will know it's painful. Did you notice there where I got stuck? I didn't continue trying to pull, but I did actually try and stay in the same place, yeah. Eventually that's what builds you up, yeah. So don't stop when you get halfway and think I've failed, yeah. Stay there. Get your body used to how that feels in that position, yeah. And you will get a chin up if you've never had one before. So I'll do it again. I'm going to do it wide this time. I don't expect to get any wide. And I'm doing it with a grip like that, thumb over. So I don't actually expect to get right to the top even for one. Now the difference between wide chin-ups and narrow chin-ups, yeah. As soon as you go out wide, it pulls in a greater portion of your back and you feel it straight away through all your back. I like wide chin-ups, they're just difficult to do. But holding that position, yeah, like I say, it strengthens you up at your weak points and eventually you'll be able to pull up that little bit more each time. Right, so for this next back exercise, because I want to build up this side that's incredibly weak, I want to make sure that this isn't piggybacking off this side. So I'm going to do one-handed standing rows. Now, the reason it's standing rows is because the miles easier than laying rows, and I know this shoulder's never be able to do laying rows on its own. So I'm gonna put my feet against the door frame, so I've got some stability that way, and I'm just gonna lean backwards. Yep, full stretch out, completely full stretch out, and then engage the shoulder, and then pull from there. What you seen me do there was, when I got to the back end, I completely stretched the shoulder out and sunk into it here. Now that wasn't because I was being lazy, it was because I wanted a full lat stretch from there right down to the bottom. And the only way you get that is if you just allow your bottom to sink back right into it here and allow it all to relax out. You get a full lat stretch. And it also, for a damaged shoulder, it opens all the cuff. Yeah, so any inflammation in there, it allows it to come out. Now, with a damaged shoulder, it's not the most comfortable of exercise and it's really, really hard. But the stretch and the pulling back of the shoulder here is beneficial. Did you hear that click? That's all the manky stuff getting clicked out of it. Now, it's not painful, so it's not necessarily a bad click. If it's painful, it's bad. Right, the so-called good shoulder now. Let's see if this is weaker than I thought it was. So, lean into it, full stretch out, sink down like that. Oh, that gets everything, yeah? And then engage everything and back. Sink back. That's just for the stretch, that's all. then engage everything. I'm going to turn my hand now. Oh, big stretch. 10. And by the time you're finished on them, you literally peel your hand off a ring. Yeah, they're very good that way. And they also assist you into getting the first chin up if you've never had one, yeah, because they let your body fully stretch out. Show you that, see that click again? That, don't worry, that's all the damage going back into place. Yeah, because it's sort of like getting trained into the right plane actually. But the full stretch, pull your shoulder back. I couldn't do that before. I could physically not do that because the shoulder didn't work properly. And what it does, it trains you like that and pull. Yeah, see that rise then? That doesn't necessarily want to be happening. Yeah, because that means the trap's working still. I can't get rid of that trap. Yeah, that trap kicks in all the time, yeah. Once I can get that mechanic sorted out, this will get sorted out also, yeah. But it's very, very, very difficult. I've been trap dominant for a lot of years now on this side. Right, I'm going to swap sides now. This is an exercise that you don't want to rush because the longer it takes you, the better it is for building muscle because it's time under tension. So I'm going to sit back into it, let the shoulder stretch, sit down, whoa. Pull with the shoulder first and then out. It's just in wrong position that way, that's all. Tightening my shoulder up a bit. You want it further that way than this way. The closer that way you get, it closes your rotator cuff off. So you want it away from you so your rotator cuff opens. Otherwise it hurts and it's not right. Oh, lost count then. Right, just switch sides. I think I did 6. Right, so for this next exercise I've got the rings down here, yeah, and I'm going to try and incorporate some shoulders. Now normally if I wasn't injured I'd put my feet on a buffet or something and get my backside right high in air, but I can't do that at this moment in time, so I'm going to get my legs as high as I physically can, yeah, and then I'm going to dip down, touch floor and back. 1. We'll try and get closer now, make it harder. Foot, shoulders. That's better. One more in there. That last one felt quite good actually. So I do feel strong enough to go for the cupboard. Yeah, which I've got a bedside cabinet. Now I've got to be careful that I don't knock this cabinet over, by the way, so I don't fall. And the same thing applies, not to panic, keep the tension on at all times. Yeah, not to just drop. So I must admit I am panicking a little bit because I haven't done these for a long time and I don't know how it's going to go, but that last set felt a little bit comfortable, so let's go for it. Feet on, make sure there's no wobbles in cupboard. Yep, backside in there and go. Keep the backside up. I'm gonna go for one more. Now what I don't do on them is lock out completely. It's only my personal preference, but what I find when my shoulders are under pressure like that, if I lock out totally, the joints lock up. So I just get to a position just before lockout and stop there, yeah? And that's just to preserve my joints, because when they're under a lot of stress, they will lock and it's painful. And it can happen to anyone. Right, I've brought the cabinet a little bit closer now to try and give myself a steeper angle, which is slightly worrying to be fair, but I'm going to go for it. So, make sure everything's right first. And I've got that steeper angle now, yeah? One more. Just. Last set of these. They're getting difficult now, so I've got to be careful, yeah, because it is dangerous. You've just got to keep switched on all the time. Anything can happen on this. The cabinet can fall over. I can slip out, so you've got to keep switched on. And that's why you can't go too far with them, really. You can't go too far into your set because you will have an accident. So everything's precise. Make sure everything's in the right place first. Yeah, make sure that buffet ain't gonna wobble. And go. One more. It's going. I like that. I like the fact that it went there. I held it for just too long here, but what I'm trying to do is bulletproof the shoulders, yeah? Now, the thing about doing that on rings is it gets your head off at floor. So when you go down, you get a deeper contraction in shoulders. And the rings wobble about, so they really train your rotator cuffs and strengthen them up. All that wobbling about switches every muscle on in your shoulder. Yeah, it's not a nice steady bar like at gym, you know, where everything's all in balance. You're constantly fighting this, and it's perfect for strengthening shoulder cuffs up. Yeah. Right, so while I've got rings down here, it'd be rude not to do press ups, wouldn't it? So I'm going to do some press ups. I'm going to slightly raise the backside slightly and lean into it there. What that does, if you raise your backside, it gets your abs in. Then if you lean right into it, it stretches your back out, yeah? So we're going to fire some press-ups off. Nice and deep. Right, that hurt that shoulder a little bit. I'm going to try one more time. If it hurts, it's a no-go. At this stage now, I'm getting it better. I don't want to go backwards. It's a different ball game on rings than it is on floor, yeah. Everything's about stability. Do you know, as much as I hate training injured, for video purposes I quite like it sometimes, because if a beginner watches this as an example, yeah, you'll see somebody struggling away, yeah, but still training. So training injured and trying to rehabilitate yourself is a bit like training from scratch. And I don't see a lot of people putting it on videos where they can't do things. Every video, most videos I see is where people can do things. Yeah, and that's quite unfortunate for any beginner coming on, because if it looks easy all the time and a beginner finds it hard, then they'll think it's not for me. And this is why I like to, no matter how good or bad my workouts are, I like to put them on anyway, especially through this injured period, because beginners can come on and go, do you know what, he's struggling and he's still training, maybe I can do that. And you know what? You can. You actually can. Even though I don't recommend training injured, like, but if I don't train injured, I won't train at all, because I've been injured for a while now. Right, I'm going to do these a little bit quicker this time, but still try and maintain that force. With a little squeeze up top for the chest. Right, last set of these, yeah. One more. Ow. Oh, went a bit too far down then and lost it altogether. Yeah. Right, so this next exercise I call ring flies, where you try and stretch your arms right out to a crucifix and then right back, right? I'll tell you from get-go, yeah, I won't be able to stretch right out now because of my severely damaged shoulder. But what I am going to do is stretch to the point where it just starts to niggle me, and then try and hold that a little bit and then stretch back, yeah. And as time progresses, that'll get stronger and get further and further down, yeah. So I'm going to go to where I can and strengthen it up from there. I used to be able to go all the way down to the floor, but that's not going to happen. Right, so try and keep arms straight, yeah, as far as I can. And it's about there. Hold it. And then pull back in with the chest. One. It's about there. Pull back in with chest. I'm not letting the shoulders crumple down. Pull back in. Oh. One more. Pull back in. Oh. Ah, that is very hard, yeah. That's a world of pain. That does abs, quads, glutes, chest, forearms, everything. Does everything. Does shoulders. Yeah, it's a full movement. But there's no point trying to cheat that just to get right down to the floor, yeah. Do it where I can and build it back up, yeah. Keep everything tight. That's where it's going to fail, that left side. Squeeze in with the chest. And that will do for that. Right, so I can't do it for triceps, I can't do them because I just can't, if you notice, I just can't tuck that shoulder in yet, and I don't want to put it under any stress because I know I'll damage it again, and I can't do dips, yeah, they're a couple of months down the line now, maybe 3 more, maybe 4 months down the line, yeah, till I can get that shoulder back there, yeah, That's where it wants to be. If you watch this one, it sits nicely there, easy, yeah. This one lags out to the side. It needs training into there, yeah, and holding. That's another position that I need to get it in before I can attempt any tricep work. But I'm going to do chin-ups. A couple of sets of these, just to strengthen that shoulder up in that area. Oh, it's got a nasty pain through that. I didn't like that then. Let's go for a couple more. See how I feel. Have a breather, do another set. Oh, wowzers, it's all done. Go for a couple more. I'm not trying to pull up with arms, I'm trying to curl up with my arms. Yeah, there's a difference, yeah. When you pull up, it's a different feeling, there's a lot of lats involved. But when you curl up, it's all biceps and it's difficult. I'm just going to hang here for a bit, stretch that shoulder out. Wow, right, that's it. Nice workout there, yeah. Got the shoulders fired up, the biceps, the lats, and the chest, yeah. Now, it was a bit of a cagey workout for me, if I'm being honest. Very cagey and cautious throughout all that workout. But it's a big milestone as well. I'm really glad I did it. I'm really glad I got through it, and it just means that my recuperation and recovery is going in the right direction. So I didn't push it too much. It's stupid to try and run before you can walk, yeah. I just pushed it to cusp of where I needed to, and things are going in the right direction at last. So you might see some decent training videos in a couple of months, yeah. This little peanut, I can tense it now again, and it does come up a little bit, yeah. But at least I can get that arm back now. It goes back, yeah. I can get it behind my head. I can get it behind my back just. So it's all going in the right direction. And all I can say is keep training.